Hi everyone, welcome to Laundry Talk. Today I'm having a special guest, my best friend Denise.
Hello.
And today's video is going to be very different than my regular videos because it's going to be my pilot episode to my new project, The Laundry Talk Show, which will air every Sunday at 8 p.m. And today's episode is going to be on how my best friend had her baby without knowing that she was pregnant. So if you're interested, stick around. It's going to be a really good ride. See you in a moment. First off, welcome Denise.
Thank you.
Welcome to my pilot episode of the Laundry Talk Show that will be airing every Sunday at 8 p.m. And I am so honored to have you as my first guest on my show. I am so excited. I hope you all are excited as well. Again, today's episode is going to be on how my best friend Denise had her baby without knowing she was pregnant. And I have put together some questions either from Facebook or Instagram that people have asked in the recent weeks that we posted that we were going to make this episode. And also questions that she has gotten since she had her baby on an array of different topics and things like, did you know, what were the symptoms, etc., etc. So thank you again. And let's get started with the question because I know everyone is super antsy to find out what on earth. I can't believe it. All right, so the most top number one question. Did you know you were pregnant? I know it's funny, but I'm asking the Facebook questions here.
No, I did not know I was pregnant.
I mean, obviously you did not know you were pregnant and then you had a baby, so... do you want to give a little bit more on that or just kind of ask a second question and kind of you just go from there?
Basically, there's been a show on this and I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're lying. How can they not know and all this? So this is why I decided to, join and say my story. But yeah, no, I did not know I was pregnant.
How far along were you when you found that you were pregnant?
I was full term. I was 9 months.
So you see, this is the moment where it was like, what? I can't believe this. Listen, we worked together. And so she worked here until the last day. She worked here until a Friday. And then she had a baby a couple of days later. But yeah, she worked here the entire pregnancy. And so it's not just that she didn't know she was pregnant. I didn't know that she was pregnant. My mom works with us. She didn't know that she was pregnant. So yeah, it was a big shock to everyone. There's a few questions that people want to know associated to pregnancy that it's well, if you didn't know you were pregnant, that's the number one question. Then it breaks it down to the next one, which is, did you get cravings or morning sicknesses? Did you feel any nausea and anything like that?
I didn't crave anything. I didn't get morning sicknesses. I wasn't nauseous. No.
I mean, I don't remember.
With cravings, yeah. I didn't have any cravings.
So.
And no.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Again, we work 10-hour shifts together 5 days a week. So we are together for 50 hours. And other than that, again, she's my best friend. So other than that, we see each other on the weekends. We talk every day. The moment we wake up on Saturday or Sunday, whoever wakes up first calls the other one type of friendship. That's what we have here, a sister. We just don't live together, but it's almost the same thing. We talk every day, Monday through Sunday, from when we wake up until the moment we go to sleep. And it's good night, you're the last person I spoke to tonight. So it was a really shocker for everyone. But let's continue with the questions. Did you get your period? Now that was a big one.
Well, I wasn't regular to begin with. My period has always been irregular, but I did get it twice during the pregnancy. It was light. It wasn't heavy flow, but to me, I was oh, I got it. So I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think I was pregnant. I didn't think it didn't give me a hint or a clue that I have to go get a pregnancy test done. It was to me it was regular. To everyone else, they would have probably been oh, I didn't get my period this month or whatever. But there would be times where I wouldn't get it for 3 months, 4 months, even 5 months. There was a point where I didn't get it for 5 months.
You didn't get it for like 5
and
6 months actually.
It was perfectly normal to me. So yes, I did get my period because it's normal to me to get it that way, but it would have been irregular for someone else. Maybe that would have been a sign for someone else, like, oh, I haven't gotten my period in 2 months and then I just got it. But to me, it was perfectly normal.
Okay. How about mood swings? Yeah. Again, I know we mentioned it a few times, but we work together, so I could have answered that one, but it's turned to you.
Mood swings, yes.
Yeah.
With mood swings, I had plenty with almost everybody.
Oh yeah, we remember.
Co-workers, family, partner, mother-in-law, you name it. I had the mood swings. But
yeah, there were like a lot of things going on.
Yeah, there was a lot going on in general in my life, and it, like I said, it was never something to concern and be like, oh, you have to check if you're pregnant. So, but yes, I did have mood swings.
But it wasn't something, again, because of other things weren't in play. Like the period was okay. She didn't have really cravings. Things like that were not kind of like present.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you were going through many things, you personally or internally, and also with everyone, like people around, some people around you. So kind of like you just felt like, okay, because I guess I'm going through all these things, people are not understanding me type of way. And I say this, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is her only child. That's another thing that's it's more understandable how she didn't know she was pregnant. It was because this is her only child. This is her only experience, and this is how she had it. So me, because I already have 3 children, I could tell you, you know, you don't necessarily associate mood swings with being pregnant all the time. There's just things going on in your life, and so you just feel like, well, you're not understanding me, or you're not understanding me, but you don't sit there and think, oh well, I'm having, you know, these mood swings, and I'm not getting along with 3, 4, 5 people, so it must be this. You understand? So that's maybe.
And sometimes I even thought that maybe because I didn't get my period, you know, it was just, you know, hormones of not having my period, that I felt certain ways. But
True. Okay, and the next question is, what were your reactions to food? I know that pregnancy and food is a big thing, so, but again, you don't know.
Actually, I ate much less than what I normally eat, and things that I would love to eat, I didn't eat. And it wasn't that it was disgusting to me, or I didn't want it. And I would have half a sandwich when I would eat a whole one. Or I wouldn't have pasta, and I love pasta. I love Italian food. I wouldn't have it. So, yeah, I didn't really eat much.
She would come here 8:15, 8:30 in the morning. And, you know, we would like, you know, you have to eat. Oh, I'm not hungry. So let's say we get busy at work. And then she wouldn't eat for a while. And then it's like, okay, it's lunchtime. So maybe she just wasn't hungry for breakfast. And then it'll be lunchtime. And she's like, oh, I'm not hungry. And I'm like, but have this. And I'm like, but I don't understand. You love this. And then she'll have like 2 or 3 bites, and then she didn't want. But again, because of a lot of the stuff that was going on. And actually, I think that was one of the busiest years that we had at work.
Yeah.
It was one of the busiest years. You know, I have a daycare. That's where we work together. And that was, I think, the year that we had the most children of the most diverse ages. That's another thing. Like, we can take children from 6 weeks to 12 years old. And during that time, we had the greatest diversity, you know, at the time. We had like 4 different age groups, and it was just a lot of work. We gave services to about 6 schools for after school care, and we literally had to pick up children from 6 schools. They're not 2-3 blocks away, some of them. So it was a lot going on for Denise, and we just thought she wasn't eating, and then we would keep offering, and then we would start doing something, we forget, but we were very conscious she wasn't eating. And I'm like, what is going on? You're not eating anything. Sometimes she'll come at 8 o'clock, and then she'll end up eating 4:30 in the afternoon, and
then that's all. I wouldn't go home to eat. Like, I'll go home and just
Have cereal? Maybe. Maybe cereal.
My partner would at the time would always be like, "Oh, you want this? You want a sandwich? You want a chimi? That's a Dominican sandwich.
Chimney.
You want pizza? And I'm just like, no, no, no." And then he'll go get it, and then he'll be like, "But here, and I'm like, "No, I don't want." And I'll take like a bite, and it was just like, I felt full. That's how to describe it. I felt full all the time. Like from the morning to the nighttime, I was just full. I wasn't hungry. I didn't have that, oh my God, I'm starving. I need to eat something. I need to grab a cracker. Nothing. I always felt full. Like I ate.
Like you already had finished eating, yeah.
So.
How about your weight?
I was losing weight, but slowly.
How much weight did you end up losing? Basically, when you found out, how much weight has you lost from around
like
a year before?
Between 55 pounds.
So that's a pretty big amount of weight to lose. Normally, you gain some type of pound, whether it's 10 pounds through the whole 9-10 months of pregnancy, or 40 pounds, 20 pounds, something. But to lose 55 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah. We were like, oh, you're losing weight, girl. What you doing? Her
not
pants
eating.
started not eating. Hey, if you don't eat, you lose weight. That's a good one. But yeah, I remember you had to like get new clothes.
Yes.
Her clothes were like dancing on her. Like that
Literally.
was so funny. We're like, oh my gosh, look at your waist is like small. Like 50 pounds is a lot. Is a lot to lose during a pregnancy. So yeah. How about the next question? Dizzy spells. Did you get dizzy? Did you get nauseous?
No. I didn't get nauseous, and I didn't feel dizzy.
No fainting, nothing.
I would get headaches here and there, but it wasn't, to me, it's normal.
How about were you excessively tired?
That I was.
Okay. Yes.
I was always tired. Especially towards the end. Like I'm speaking because I can track back to like, different but especially like during I would say my last trimester, walking like to here to like one school, I was like exhausted. And normally I would be the one doing the pickup of the kids, so I would be extremely exhausted. Like I would like take forever to go to one block. So if the child came out at 2:15, I was leaving here at like 1:55 just to make sure I got there on time, because I was walking extra slow. I was so tired, and it was always like, you're not sleeping, or what's going on, and then everything else that was going on behind it. So yeah, but that I definitely was tired.
Yeah, like we're like, okay, it's time to pick a kid up, and she's like, oh, I'm leaving now, and I'm like, you have like 25 minutes, like, sheesh, you don't have to leave that early. But then also when she came back, I'm like, what happened? You like took forever. But unfortunately, it was hard to put someone else to do the pickup of the children, so Miss Denise had to do it we call her Miss Denise. She had to do the pickups, and I remember like, okay, I would sit down with her like, can we kind of like, how can we work with this? You're kind of not in the greatest mood, and you're taking forever to like walk here or there or
to do anything. I was taking forever to do anything at work.
Oh
it was
my gosh.
Like dragging, like.
Yeah, I remember like it was like more than once. I like called her and she's like, oh, I'm gonna call you. No, she's like, I'm gonna go shower. We'll talk later. And then she like called me and we'll be talking for like a few minutes. And there was one time that I'm like, hello, Denise, hello, and I'm like there for a moment and I'm like, what just happened? And then she will call me back like. She sent me a message like an hour later, like, oh my God, I came out of the bathroom with my like towel and I fell asleep. And I was like, what? You fell asleep talking to me on the phone? Am I that boring or something?
No, I was always tired.
Oh my gosh.
Like that I was
very tired.
I felt all my days drained. That's how I felt. Like I always felt so drained. Like I didn't want to wake up. I would just throw whatever on.
We don't have a uniform, so that worked. But it's funny because it's like putting a puzzle together. after it all happened, like you think about it and you're like, oh duh, yeah, well this, well oh this, oh come on, this one, and you start kind of pinpointing things. But again, because of the whole like period that you still got it twice and you didn't get it often because of the whole losing weight, it's like, yes, this could be, but then no, they kind of like how you crossed it out or something.
Yeah.
And so you just didn't dwell on it, you just move along. But yeah, the whole eating, the tired, the extra sleepy, the mood swings, things like that. But you know, it should have outweighed the other things, but it's just, I don't know what happened, but definitely it was very difficult to know, like, were you not? And we would be like, are you pregnant or something? And then I'm like, no, that's true, you got your period like what, last month or something like that. And so it would be hard to like figure it out, like a big puzzle. All right, the next one is, this one was like asked by like every single person that has seen you with the baby and has like heard of this story.
Yes.
Did you feel the baby moving? I mean, did you think you felt the baby moving? Because obviously you didn't know.
At the time, no. At the time, no. But going back to thinking about different scenarios and different things that have happened, and I would say yes, I did feel her in the sense that I thought it was like gas. I was very gassy. I forgot to say that. I was a very gassy person when I was pregnant. And that's so unlike me. I'm not. It was so much that even my mom, she was like, I think you need to go to the doctor.
To see a,
what is it,
a gastrologist?
Yeah.
She would mention that.
Yeah, because she's like, this is not like you. So to me, it was gas, but it was really my child moving inside of me. So.
And again, this is her first baby. How does she know how a baby felt inside? So it's more understandable if it's your first child, because you don't know what you're supposed to. You kind of hear stories, but everybody's different. So, but yeah, she'll be like, oh, I have got, and then you'd hear her, like you hear like grumble and stuff. Again, she didn't eat very well or barely ate anything. So whenever she did have something, what is there? But except for like, you know, you have gas, you have like acid in there from not eating. So again, you kind of get a symptom and then it kind of cancels out. So it was very difficult to tell, but yeah, like we've seen pictures, like we both sat down and looked at pictures. Obviously we're like best friends, so like we did all our stuff together. We would sit down and look at pictures, and it's like, oh my God, your face looks so thin. You know, your waist was, you know, so much more defined, and everything, you just look so different. Like, oh, you're losing all this weight, girl, you're good. Okay, sorry. We had a spill, so I saved my cards. I feel like we're live. But yeah, you know, she I don't know, it was just so interesting to like think back. If you didn't see her for a while also, and you saw her and then she's a mom, you would look at this. If someone didn't see her for a while and then, you know, they saw her again and they saw she's a mom, and then you see how different she looked and how much thinner she looked. And then of course you didn't hear anything about a baby, and then you see a baby, it was a real shocker. But it's more shocking, I feel, to the people that were closest to her and saw her every day, like her parents or myself or other coworkers, the parents of the children in the daycare that we work, to know, like, you know, she didn't come in. She was supposed to be here. It was a holiday. She was supposed to come in on Tuesday as opposed to Monday. So we saw her Friday. Then we were supposed to see you on Tuesday. And then to open the business and the parents come in, hey, you know, where's Miss Denise today? And we're like, oh, she had a baby. She had a what? Excuse me. Wait, what? Sorry. I didn't get that. She what? She had a baby. And they're like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. So it was a big shocker for everyone. Okay, so we have more questions for Miss Denise, but we don't want to make this video way too long. So I'm going to do a second part to this video. So episode number 2, and that's going to air not next Sunday, February the 2nd, because it's Super Bowl Sunday. So we don't want to disrupt those events, especially because we celebrated and we have friends coming over and family, and we're gonna have a great time. So I'm actually going to air the next video the next episode, number 2, is going to air February 3rd, which is on a Monday at 8 o'clock at night. So that's where we're going to have the rest of my questions that I'm going to salvage from here. And it's okay. And the next questions we're going to salvage from here. And we're also going to let you guys know the day that it happened. The day that she found out that she was pregnant was the day that we're going to tell you about. So for next week, stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video, to this time. Thank you so much. Don't forget to smile. My best friend Denise, thank you for helping me do my first video for this new project.
I'm excited.
The Laundry Talk Show. Don't forget, Sundays at 8 p.m. Bye.
Bye.